Hi friends, Alicia Latrice here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be discussing ovarian stimulation, also known as STIMS, and the trigger shot. Within all of that, I will discuss the medications that were administered to me in this IVF journey, as well as side effects and best practices. So make sure you stay tuned for more. Okay, so today is day one of STIMS. I am overly excited. I have been anxious for weeks now. Last night, it's safe to say that I had no more than about 3 hours of sleep because I was so nervous for today and just anticipating what the shots will feel like, how well I'll do this go round. So because it's my first time, I have already prepped the meds. So I will be doing the gonal F-pin and I'll be doing menopur. So I'm actually going to inject the gonal F-pin first because I hear it's not too bad compared to the menopur that I hear stings and burns like a itch. So I had already washed my hands. I already prepped all the meds. So it's just more so going in and doing it. So this will be done in the abdomen. So that is the place that I am going to select to do. And I'm like so nervous, y'all. I just don't even know, to be honest. So do a pinch. We'll let that dry. Oh wow, this needle. So I got my pinch and here we go. Okay, so the oh wow, the gonal F is complete. Was not as bad as I anticipated it to be, so I feel really good about it. Now it is time for the menopur. So let's go ahead and pop that bad boy off. I'll try not to stick myself where I stuck myself before in that same little spot. And for this one, I think I'm going to go pretty slow just based off of a lot of the reviews and feedback I heard about this shot, but let's give it a go. So the needle does pinch while going in, but I went pretty slow and it felt okay. So the medicine does burn, but it's not too bad to where it's unbearable. So day one of STIMS is complete. I made it. I was probably extremely anxious and I have no idea why. I didn't put any gauze or bandages there just because there's no bleeding in the site that I did. So I will be posting, giving myself the STIMS every other day. I won't bombard you every day just because I potentially will be on STIMS for about approximately 14 days. So I won't see you for day 2, but I'll see you for day 3. And thank you for watching. Talk to you guys soon. Bye. I have officially finished 12 days of STIMS, and I cannot be more than excited to be done with this phase and starting the next phase. So a part of the IVF journey is the stimulation phase, also known as STIMS or ovarian stimulation. And the reason for this phase is to place you on hormones in the form of injections that typically you do in your lower abdomen. And the reason for this is for your ovaries to be induced so that you can create lots of eggs. Let's talk medications. During the stimulation phase, I was placed on 3 different medications that I injected daily. So the first 2 medications I did together for 5 days, which was Gonal F and Menopur. So the Gonal F it's a hormone, and it's used to help your body create lots of eggs. And Menopur is also a hormone and does the same thing, but it also ensures that those eggs that are being created at rapid speed are healthy and mature. Day 6 to day 12, I still did the Menopur and I still did the Gonal F, but Cetrotide was added to the party. And the reason for that injection, it's also a hormone, but it helps your body to not prematurely release any of your eggs. So it prevents you from going into ovulation. Okay, so the part I've been waiting for is sharing to you all the side effects that I endured during the stimulation phase. Those of you may have already been privy to my side effects because you follow me on Instagram, where daily I was posting what the side effects were and just kind of how I was feeling. Oh my goodness, this journey already is just kind of something I've never done before. But when it came to stims, I feel as though at that point in time, my body, my mental space, my emotions, that's where I took the biggest hit. It was what it was. I experienced extreme fatigue, massive headaches. My boobs were sore. I think when I ended up getting to day 4 and 5, I just felt like a pincushion. That area, because the eggs are growing at rapid speed, I bloated so bad. Hold one moment so you can see how bloated I was. So as you can see, the bloating was at an all-time high. I was walking around like, oh my goodness, do you guys see my baby bump? Like, I literally looked as though I had a baby bump. And I appreciate that phase because it just gave me reassurance that my eggs were enlarging the way that they should have. With the stimulation phase, I was also achy all over, like my muscles ached. I was just, that's how I felt. I just felt, because I just hurt everywhere. And because I was so tender and sore at my lower abdomen, it felt as though each day I did an injection, it just hurt even more. I was also extremely moody and emotional, like seriously overly emotional and overly just kind of moody. That's why I'm like, it was a hormone express. Any hormones, any way that you can think someone can feel, I felt it. I would cry at the drop of a hat for no reason. If I think about it, I literally cried every day. Sometimes I didn't even know why I cried. Or my mom, it kind of hurt my feelings because my mom stated that I was so evil during those 2 weeks of being on stims that she stayed away from me. And when I think about it, I literally had limited interaction with my mom, except when my dad came to visit, because I was just, it was a hot mess. I was a hot mess. My hormones, emotions, everything was just a hot mess at that point. The other biggest side effect I experienced being on stims, my uterus felt so heavy. It felt like cement was just sitting in my ovary and just ready to just like fall out. That made it feel so heavy, like I always had to go to the bathroom. And when I pulled the trigger shot, I think that's when my uterus felt the worst. It was just like it wanted to release those eggs, and you can feel it doing its job, that I just prayed and counted down the hours to get to egg retrieval, because I just no longer wanted to feel that way. However, as my body was detoxing all of these hormones, like this goodness hormones that I was injecting in myself daily for that expanded period of time, it took almost 1 week to kind of get my hormones back in balance. But the bloating didn't dissolve until at least 2 weeks later, after ending injections and after the egg retrieval. Best practices. So these are some of the things that I would share to anyone who is anticipating starting stims in the future or thinking about the IVF journey. Some things to keep top of mind is, more than anything, my number one best just tip to you would have to be kind to yourself. this journey is so demanding and it's such a stressful journey and just kind of timing for you that you must be extremely kind to yourself. Speak positive affirmations each day. Even if you experience a hurdle, just manifest positivity. Speak positive outcomes will happen. Also, the second tip I will share is don't wait to seek advice. If you don't know something or if you have a concern about something, immediately reach out to your care team, just because that's what they're there for. And you don't want to go through the entire STEM process and it end up being canceled because you didn't speak up and say something, or you didn't ask for a certain thing or guidance about something. The third thing that I have for you is to eat a well-balanced diet. Prior to starting the IVF journey, I ensured to cut out unprocessed foods, juices, sweets, and things like that, because you want these eggs to ultimately be healthy. You want them to make it to the 5th day of blast, which means they're fully mature and can be frozen and used for transfer. And then also, it just overall, it helps me feel better in this such a blah time. The fourth best practice I would share to you is at least walk 30 minutes daily. I know the fatigue will take over, but I made it my mission every day to go to the park and walk at least 30 minutes. And I did that because I found that it helped me not be as so crampy in that area, and I didn't feel as full. And because the upside to it, I stayed active. And then the fifth tip that I would share to you all is seek support groups, whether it's in your community, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on Instagram. These people helped me so much. I mean, even my family and friends were the biggest support system I had when I was going through a lot of these emotions, or, you know, the community groups that I was on Facebook and Instagram. It made the world of a difference, because I felt as though so many other people understood what I was going through and gave me reassurance when, you know, I would express my concern about a certain thing. These 5 things helped me drastically during these 12 days of stimulation, and it was such a success. And I'm so excited to share what the egg retrieval results were, how that process went, and how PGS testing went, and what I was able to take away from the PGS testing of my Emma baby. So until next time, I cannot wait to see you guys next week for the new video release of egg retrieval and PGS testing. Please leave any comments in the comment area of any questions that you have, because I'll also be doing a Q&A soon.